we have overcome our personal failing. Now the real journey begins. The kingdom has been saved. Returned to a tenuous stability. The ziggurat has disappeared, along with the loathing, the oblivion tears, the shrines of remembrance, the altar of hope, and the candles. Remnants of the cult linger in the tundra, but they are treated as a regional hazard rather than the world-ending threat they once were. The Iron Crown and all the chaos it brought will forever scar the land. But we must remember, eventually, scars fade, becoming one with the body as it develops its new norm. Now is the time for reconstruction. It falls to the survivors to rise to the challenge and remake what was lost, whilst also defending it from those seeking to capitalize on our misfortune. There is a silver lining. We are not alone on this path. There are 4 groups who are currently taking responsibility of the kingdom's day-to-day management. The first is the Regency Office, composed of the magistrates, local lords, and religious representatives. They are responsible for the governance, ensuring taxation is collected, laws are enforced, and the morale of the commoners is kept in good spirits. Currently, the kingdom is in a state of interregnum, a word which here means a transition in leadership. As such, Regent Latimir has taken control of the throne's powers and has used them to great effect. He is both an inspirational and somewhat tyrannical leader. He will make speeches to the joy of the masses, rallying them to the cause, while also threatening the arrests of anyone not willing to comply with his orders. Politically savvy, he knows the right time to bring a hopeful speech, a bag of coins, or a really big stick. Regent Latimir may also have something of an understanding with the clergy, being able to make deals for their support in dire times. However, there are hints of a Stygian side to this regent. It's implied that he's searching for something in the ruins of the museum, possibly of the occult nature. Call me paranoid, but when some noble starts dabbling in the occult, it never ends well for the common man. As for what happened to the king or queen, that is up for speculation. Perhaps they died during the recent crisis. Or maybe they were murdered by a certain maniac jester who has a penchant for king slaying. Just a theory, of course. The Conveyency Guild, who are responsible for maintaining the supply lines to the local inns via the serpentine roads. They have a fleet of wagons, horses, and stagecoaches that run supplies and people along the major routes, for a price. Led by Wagon Master Alred, an opportunistic, crude, and profit-driven businessman who seeks to benefit the guild above all else. He may also be something of a drunkard and a swindler, who is no stranger to a scandal. On more than one occasion, he has, allegedly, lost cargo along the roads, and is not above price gouging to his benefit. We can't exactly be selective when it comes to managing the infrastructure of a fallen kingdom. Only the brave or the foolish have the mettle to traverse these paths. The Outriders Union is a collective of hunters and survivalists who have taken to the discovery of our new world. They will provide their observations free of charge to all at the local inns, offering workshops in wilderness and survival training to all seeking to travel this strange new land. These charitable actions are coordinated by the Outriders representative, Forerunner Horak, a calm, calculating, but empathetic individual. She is among the senior members of the Outriders, with a pragmatic take on the new world. It is treacherous if unprepared, so best to be prepared. Forewarned, is forearmed. While her disposition can make her come off as cold, she does have a softer side. My intuition tells me she is searching for someone, or perhaps lost loved ones in the recent crisis. I think we sometimes forget, not everyone survived the end days. The Conveyency Guild and the Outriders Union are in a state of constant competition, with each seeking to suppress the other's service in favor of their own. When they have an agreement or are willing to cooperate, it is a miracle or a sign that catastrophe looms. The final group is the War Master's office. The militaristic arm of the throne is still in disarray from the latest crisis. As of now, the peasant militia are the primary defenders of the land, under the current leadership of War Master Sigurd, a stubborn, gruff, and determined commander. He has a reputation for holding the line at all costs. He will speak plainly, unwilling or unable to sanitize the stark realities of the situation. If he requires something, he will unapologetically subvert the chain of command to get it done, provided it ensures the defense of the kingdom or the preparation of his recruits. He will often face criticism for his defeats and tribulations on the battlefield, with the most vocal among them calling for an investigation or his resignation. However, he is quick to challenge said critics to pick up a sword and join him on the front lines. He may not be the most amiable strategist, but we can count on him to lead the troops through hell and back. The regions of the kingdom remain a patchwork of madness, infested with the monsters from the endless night when the Iron Crown was summoned. The inns still serve as safe havens across the realm. It is from these shelters that the peasant militia will deploy. With the right investment of supplies, we can turn conscripted farmers into battle-hardened soldiers of unwavering resolve. These inns can serve as a nexus of trade, a training ground for warriors, a hub for transportation, or even the heart of recovery for both mental and physical wounds. Nature abhors a vacuum. Now that the Great Disillusion has passed, 3 new factions emerge to threaten our kingdom. The first, a rampaging tribe of beastmen who leave a bloody trail of devastation and death in their wake. The second, a coven of witches, an insidious group who seeks to subvert the current governance with their dark magics. The third, a hive of blood-sucking insectoids afflicted with a particularly familiar curse from a long-forgotten courtyard. These factions will besiege the inns, seeking to overrun the kingdom, and the longer the invasion continues, the more their violence escalates. More powerful foes will join the conflict, and they will attack multiple inns simultaneously. Once again, our heroes will rise to the call. Our ranks have grown. A dozen heroes now stand at the ready. Coordinating the placement of heroes in inns or campsites will be crucial, as will managing their training, gear, stress, and fatigue. After all, the stagecoach only has room for 4. Others will travel on horseback, under the guidance of the guild or the union. Against each of these new foes, we will have objectives that must be undertaken if we are to repel their invasion. To defeat these adversaries and protect our realm, new strategies must be developed. We must hold fast against the antediluvian darkness that seeks to undo all the progress we have achieved. it is not enough to carry the torch. We must be worthy of the flame. You were bold once. Be bold once more. Rally those to your cause. Fix your gaze on the horizon. And face the fearsome fiends. Of a darkest dungeon.